This room is a complete and utter mess, so please don't judge me. I'm so happy with how it turned out. And it's shipping ground advantage, so it's like $4. And then you can take the felt squeegee. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name's Christina. I own and run my small business Made with Monday, where I primarily sell stickers, bookmarks, t-shirts, and decals. What I do each week is just take you a little behind the scenes look of what it looks like running my small business, and we just tackle everything that may come up throughout the week. So let's get started with another week. Happy Monday. We have a jammed pack to-do list today, and I did some reorganizing of the office, and I'm very excited to show you. But we are actually gonna go ahead and not work on that and work on cleaning up and organizing our room upstairs that has now become craft storage overflow. I really went through this weekend and tried to take out anything that I'm not actively using consistently down here and move it upstairs. And I got a lot of movement done, but now it's kind of a mess up there and we have to go through it and try to organize it the best I can. That's what we're gonna get started with right now. That's a task that I can only do when all the littles are gone and can't do it during Ben's nap because it's close to his room. So this is like the only time we have to do it, so let's go do it. This room is a complete and utter mess, so please don't judge me. I'm working very hard to get it organized. It's a mess. And it's really been a catch-all of all the crafting things that I have, from vinyl to iron-on. We moved the press up here, and like my resin stuff, punch needle, different crafts that I've bought over the years, and blanks, and it's overwhelming in here. And I don't know if anyone can relate to this, but I'm like, I can maybe make that in the future, or that may be good for something in the future. So I tend to keep it. Trying to get better at that or come up with some sort of plan for some of this stuff. I keep on holding these two. These are extras that I bought today. I will kind of show you my plan for each of these shelving units, and then we can kind of get started. Over here, I just have these bins. There's 6 of them, and right now some of them hold glitter, transfer tape, there's ribbons, like miscellaneous stuff. I would like each bin to have a purpose, so that way it's like easy to grab stuff. It all kind of makes sense and I can label them better, so that's like kind of a goal 1. This is all my t-shirts. How I do t-shirts, and just kind of explain that process while we're talking about t-shirts, is I don't have a lot of t-shirts honestly on our website, but the ones I do direct to film transfers. And when someone places an order with me, I first check to see if I have the transfer. If not, I order it. And then the second thing I do is check to see if I have the color, shirt, or whatever they're ordering and the correct size. If I do for my packing, great. If not, I order from Jiffy Shirt. And if you've ever used them, I think the minimum order is like $59 for free shipping. So typically what I do is I kind of go through here, see what sizes I'm missing. I always order 2 of the size that was ordered in case something were to happen to one of them, which has happened. So that's like a tidbit I definitely suggest doing. So I do that, and then I also kind of go through here and get a feel for maybe which ones we're lower on, or if I have an idea of an upcoming shirt, I always like jot down sizes I want as I go and then make that bigger order. That way I, 1, get free shipping, 2, hopefully don't have to order as much if I have some stock on hand. It's worked so far, but shirts is definitely a little bit more challenging, but at least then I can make my turnaround time pretty good by doing it that way, but also not keep like a ridiculously high inventory. All these are comfort colors down here, and this bin is like when we were trying out different brands like Bella Canvas, Gildan Soft Style, and Adam and I were just trying different shirts to see what we liked, and those are kind of overstock of those. If we're ever wanting to make a new shirt, we just kind of come and grab it. This is brand new shelf, not brand new shelf, but like brand new setup. But this is actually good. My hope is to be overstock of stuff. So I have my laminate here, my sticker paper, that Rolo thermal printing paper that I just showed you, like kind of like business stuff. So that's my plan for this shelving unit. And I'm trying to have every shelving unit have a plan. This one is going to be shipping, and it pretty much is. I just have to move some stuff over to like the business area. But this is going to be boxes and mailers, any extras that should be going downstairs, but I can bring up here. This is not what I would do, but I have a ridiculous amount of boxes because I mentioned before I've done eBay in the past, and this whole side of the room is eBay. And I still have stuff on eBay, but it's not something I'm like actively trying to sell or do stuff with as I was before. But that's why I have so many different size boxes, because I have a bunch of different size stuff. At the time when I was selling on eBay, I was like buying boxes as the item sold, and then I would buy like 20 of a box and then have like a lot of boxes. It kind of helps with the business because if I do get bigger orders and I don't have a box, like I know I have a box, so there's no issues there, but it's a lot. And it's one of those things that take up a ton of space, but I'm hoping that this can just be like turned into a shipping / overstock shipping section. And then this last one is one I just did this weekend. Up top is all blanks. So I got some Christmas blanks and just a variety of different blanks. And then there's punch needle and hats. We can do hats with direct film transfers. We were going to look into doing them with sublimation, but it kind of wasn't what I wanted. We could do them with infusible ink. So we still have a few options there if we decide to go that route. And then we have vinyl and iron-on and infusible ink over there. More punch needle and mugs. And I hope to do a mug this week. That's kind of my plan, to see how that looks with the transfers that I've recently gotten. And then over here, and then my heat presses too. And kind of t-shirt stuff's over there. It's a doozy. But I definitely think we can move stuff around, make it work, and go from there. But I think we just have to really figure out what's important to keep, what we need, and then also make it functional in here so that way it's not too overwhelming when we need to come in here slightly overwhelmed. It will be okay. So let's get started with organizing. How that footage turned out. It was a little hard to film up there, but I got it all done and got that to where it needs to be right now. That part kind of off to the side that I didn't show had just like boxes Adam needs to clear out and some other things that we just need to find a better home for, but that should open the space up and just give us more room. It's very organized. I'll probably go back through and label some of the bins that I had done and also just make it like really accessible and things like that. I might use, I don't know if I want to use my Cricut or maybe if I make a sticker. We'll see what I end up doing for that, but I'll probably like take inventory of everything I want to label and then just go through and label things so it's very easy to see, easy to grab stuff, and that way even Adam knows what I need and can grab stuff for me too, so it makes it very simple. Now I can go ahead and show you this room. I'm so excited. I hope you're ready. Okay, so starting off strong. I got this tier that I had talked about, and this is not the one from Costco, this is the one from Amazon. I'm so happy with how it turned out. So we have some flexibility here. I can always move these if we need to add more equipment, or if we get another printer, I can move this computer up or to the side and then put the printer down there too. There's so many different options. So up here are my sticker bins that I have excess sticker storage, and I actually worked on some of those this morning, transferring some stickers that just don't sell as much into these. That is where I like to keep them. I'm kind of debating on if there's a certain amount of stickers that just don't sell within the next year. If I just move that, I'll keep them listed. So there's options, but I just will not refill them. And I normally don't refill any of these that sell. And if they do sell and I don't have it, I just make it. Here are several of our bins up here. I think it looks so good. And I'm gonna put magnets on this at Made with Monday so I can put it here. Then I have the Cricut. And I've talked about this before, but I use my laptop here. One, my laptop is not very functional. It is out of memory, it's very old, it doesn't work that well, but my Cricut requires sometimes to be connected to a computer. So this was like the most logical thing to do. I don't really use the laptop anyways. I can always just have it paired up to the Cricut and that way I don't have connection issues. But if I needed to, I could move it up here easily because it's just to print off Cricut. I normally set everything up on my computer and then I transfer over here. Down here is the HP printer that's still kicking, so I'm gonna still use it for just a little bit longer. And then my Epson 8500, which I love. My decals are down here, my bookmarks, and then this is all my papers. So I have sticker paper, matte cardstock for my thank yous, for bookmarks, my laminates for all my different things, so much stuff down there. Then we come over here, and this down here used to be underneath this big one, but then I couldn't get to the drawers having it in this corner, but I liked it better than putting it on the desk. I had tried so many different setups this weekend to see what felt right, and this is honestly what I landed on, which is very similar to what I had. So this is all my packing supplies, and then down there I have stuff that I can grab and like kind of shimmy its way out of here, which is just like leftover containers, my mugs that I haven't sold yet, stuff like that. My shipping station stayed the same, but this is my new decal station, and I don't know if I got to show you guys last time. So this is all the things I need to ship my decals, which include the alcohol wipes, the vinyl squeegees, the decal application instructions, the packaging, everything. So that way when I do get a decal order, it's very seamless and simple. My sales map, if you watched last week's vlog, you saw this, but I totally colored in Alaska and I never sold a sticker in Alaska for 2025. I was thinking about how Alaska was my last state and I totally colored it in. That's incorrect, but we're just hoping I get Alaska, otherwise I'm gonna have to redo this map if we don't get one by December. We'll see, but that's a mess. Now I just have one stack of stickers here because the other one's over here. We moved the heat press upstairs, so that's gone. And then there's my solo and some stickers, my sticker sheets, extra decals, stuff like that's over there. And over here we have sticker storage, which I just think looks a little bit more organized. So I'm happy with how it turns out. I feel like it's a little bit less cluttered, more organized, and hoping that it's just exactly what I needed. All right, next up is I need to take photos of those stickers we made last week. I really hoped I would have gotten to it this weekend, but it was a beautiful weekend. I did not have time between editing the vlog and spending time with family. It just didn't happen. But that's what we're gonna work on today. We're gonna take the photos. I'm gonna print out the stickers for the bins so we can get the information we need to go ahead and get SKU numbers and everything set up so we can get that done, and then we'll take it from there. And I have definitely still a list of stuff I want to get done this week, but that is the big things for today. So let's start cutting some stickers. This cut out. I'm currently actually cutting a set of stickers, a few restocks, and then 2 custom orders that came in, and getting those done right now. And then once those are done, I'll be able to pack them to drop them off at the mailbox because I have 3 orders, 1 TikTok shop and then 2 from Etsy. And then my next step is to take photos of all the stickers that I was supposed to do this weekend. So we're gonna get that done first. And then after that, I wanna go ahead and do my SKU system and assign SKU numbers to all the new stickers we have. So let's keep going. And got all that done. Now my next step is always to set up SKU numbers. So that way when I go to upload these to Etsy, my website and Fair, I have the measurements of the stickers on this sheet of paper, which this paper I got from Gab Store Studio. It's gabstorestudio.com. She's another small business owner and I absolutely love her paper. So definitely check it out. It's very high quality. She prints and cuts these all on her own. They're wonderful. I bought a few pads and I'm almost out. What I do is I put down what the sticker is, the measurements, and then I enter the SKU number. So how I figure out the SKU numbers is I basically just find empty bins and then assign those to those stickers. But first I have to see what size each sticker bin fits into, and once I have that, then I can go ahead and assign SKU numbers. So this one's like a smaller one, which it will then probably fit in this bin, and it does. I've done this long enough that I know which ones are fitting where. And this one does not fit in this small bin. I like them to fit flat so there's no curving, there's no bending, so it will go in a medium bin. And that's what I do for all of these. And again, it's just easier than going back and forth, and I know exactly which ones need what. I don't need any bins for my custom stickers, but I do need them for all my other ones. And a lot of them I already know what they're gonna be. Again, just try to keep some sort of organization and flow in all this. And then if they don't fit in either of these, then they're gonna go in my large bins, and my large bins are for 2 bigger stickers, so I bulk those up. Realized that I never printed the scoliosis rainbow out, and I didn't do a sticker for the bin either, so that's probably did it because I have the measurements. So I'm probably actually going to do that one in this next round of printing and just add it in. It'll be like a week or 2 late, but I think that's okay. I wanted to see if my label printer was working because I went ahead and removed some SKU numbers, so that means we need to add some more. And what I do is anytime a sticker leaves one of the outside bins, they take their SKU number with them to these other bins, but I then add the same number, but it's -1 for the new bin. So that's kind of how I like keep them separate. That makes sense, but I have a ton of bins that I always want to try to use up the old bins before I start back into the new bins and things like that. That way I just keep them looking fuller. Let's go over here and we'll go through how I do this. I removed these ones here. So this would be DC5-0211-1. So that'll be the new SKU for that one, and then I'll continue on forward throughout all these, and these will also become the new SKU numbers for these new stickers. So I'm going to start off in this area, and I love this little label maker. It's really come in handy, and it's very inexpensive, but I've used it even on my file folders instead of like printing them off on something else. It's just like super quick, and it's very portable, so you can like take it along with you to do things. I think it died. Yeah, it's dying. So it's not gonna work. That printer ran out of charge, so you have to connect it, but it does work when it's connected. I'm just stuck to fire, which defeats its portability that I just talked about. I just got these ones done. They're nothing fancy. There's no color. It's just a very portable thermal printer. I'm gonna get these on, so that way I have some numbers to write down for SKUs for. ahead and got that all done. So we're skewed, we have photos done. Now I just need to upload and then add them to Etsy, Shopify, and Bear. And then I'll be set to go there. Mentioned before, even though I'm still getting activity in TikTok Shop, I haven't put a lot of my stickers out there because I'm just a little nervous about it still. And on TikTok Shop, you do pay shipping and it's shipping ground advantage. So it's like $4. You cannot do the stamp option that Etsy and Shopify let you do. So it's so much more money. And I can't then offer free stickers because the sticker costs less than the shipping. So it's I feel it's a harder platform to sell stickers on. I think it would do much better on higher priced items, but stickers is kind of hard. That's my opinion. I also, if you noticed, I went ahead and utilized the extra space I had when printing those storage stickers to go ahead and print me off some new shipping stickers. I have a good amount right now and I'm kind of eating through some of my supply, but it's been going well. And I am gonna go ahead and pack these orders next. I just got them cut up and I also restocked 2 of our stickers that sold out this weekend. This is the custom teacher sticker. I sell these in bundles too, where you can buy 3 stickers. I think it's $8. Don't quote me, go look. But it's like a customizable teacher sticker, and then also you get to pick 2 other stickers where they could be like anywhere from like choose to include or like be kind. And there's just so many options you can pick from, honestly. Or I have 3 teacher stickers for $7. So again, very good deal. Great if you need to buy for multiple teachers. Take advantage of the deal. You can get 3 of the same stickers in those bundles. So definitely go check them out. I haven't updated them in a long time though. So there's none of my like newer stickers in there. I did that last year for end of the school year and they did okay. We'll see what this year brings since they've been on the site now for a year. I just got an order for one of them today, but it's a great way if you're looking for those stickers and you need multiples. It's a great way to save some money. I had to restock this rheumatoid arthritis ribbon sticker and then also the dystonomy sunflower sticker. Another order was for this school psych sticker, and then the other order was for a customizable mama sticker. I'm not going to show because the names, but it turned out really cute, and you can customize that for 4 names that can fit decently on a line. Anything more, and I haven't come into that yet, but anything more may be a little bit harder, but we'll see when that time comes. And my TikTok Shop order is for this occupational therapy retro wave sticker, which I have a variety of options for these 2. My plan is to go ahead and pack those, put these away, and that will be it for today. We got a lot done between organizing and making sticker bins, stickers, photos, getting stuff ready, so that way I can start working on adding these photos or listings to our site. We will have a few things on my list for tomorrow, but we will, of course, as always, see what the day brings. So I'll see you tomorrow. Welcome to Tuesday. I wanted to start the video off by saying thank you so much for everyone who reached out about yesterday's video. It really means a lot to me. And for those of you who can relate to my content and enjoy watching, like, it really means a lot to me. And I had several messages yesterday that just really made my day. And I just wanted to say thank you for that. Before I got started with today, I have been, and I've kind of talked about this before on like where I want to take this channel and like kind of what I'm looking towards. And I think I'm going to start to shake things up a little bit, which I had mentioned I may be doing in summer anyways. But I really think I'm gonna start kind of going forward. I'm gonna try to do more shorter videos and just like changing up various topics, and then also doing some more just tutorials. I've always mixed in my tutorials with my vlogs, but I kind of thought it may be easier if I did a 15-minute bookmark tutorial instead of watching my hour vlog on how to make a bookmark with all the random stuff in between. I'm gonna really start working on that, kind of planning that out, what that kind of looks like. And this week I am going to keep it just to the 2 days. My mom sense is kicking in. Our youngest got a fever last night and he's now taking his nap, but it's been a rough morning. And I really just think like tomorrow having the rest of the week off is probably key, because I might have other friends home And you know how that goes. I mean, it's once one goes down, it's like the rest fall. Gonna be proactive, try to get more other stuff done tomorrow. And I have a lot of computer work that, again, I need to catch up on. And I think that's what sometimes is hard about like showing your small business and what you do each week, because sometimes I'm glued to that computer and can't do other things. I have to save photos, upload photos, create newsletters. I just released a newsletter coming out this week. So if you're not subscribed to my VIP list, it's on my website, but I try to send a newsletter out twice a month. Hasn't happened yet, but that's my goal. So definitely subscribe, check that out. I let you know about any sales, also of new releases of stickers. I talk about the awarenesses each month, things like that. It's not an overwhelming amount of emails, I will tell you that, because I don't have time for that. But it's that stuff behind the scenes. It's also like creating social media content and stuff that really is kind of hard to film. That's kind of where I was thinking about going, and then that gives me more time to do some of those other things too and kind of go from there. And I think then sometimes I will do a week again and just really vary it. I want to start really thinking of some other ideas, so hopefully those will start soon, giving myself some time to do it, but we'll see. I really also, like I mentioned, I really have a tight crunch on when I want to complete awareness stickers to have them all done by August, because last year I don't think I created a sticker past October just because of the influx in orders and just, you know, holiday personally craziness, and it was just a crazy few months. My plan is to have all my awarenesses throughout the rest of the year done by August, which would mean I'd have to do 2 a month until then. So this month I'm doing June, and then I'm gonna do some Cancer ones in July. So it's 3 different sets in May, and then I'll be doubling up from there on out. So it's gonna get a little crazy, but I think it's something I need to do and want to do. I need to find, I think just me personally, I need to find a better balance, and I know we probably all can find a better balance. But with that said, there's 2 things I definitely need to get done today. One of them is I want to continue to cut some of my thank you inserts and also sticker backers. I have a decent stock right now, but as I mentioned last week, I'm really just trying to keep up on some of these things, so that way I'm not out or almost out and then like, oh no, we have to hurry. So I'd like to just get a nice stockpile going. So I'm really trying to devote a certain amount of time each week to just getting that done. The other thing I want to do, because this is actually important, I had mentioned before the decals that I got that can go on cars, they can also go on drinkware. And I thought about doing glasses, but I think I'm going to start with mugs because I have a lot of mugs left over. So that is what I want to do today, is see how those decals look on the mugs, see how easy it is to apply. If I like it, then during my new decal order, I'm going to order even more in that size, or to see if it is the right size, because I know for keychains I did do 2-inch decals, and I think I want to go down to like 1.8 or something along those lines, because I'd rather do a 2-inch keychain. So I think I'm gonna change that up a little bit with my next order. And someone mentioned in the comments to do resin magnets, and I was like, that is a really cute idea. So there's really a lot of options with these decals, and I think I can have a lot of fun with it and just see where it goes. And that's gonna be stuff that's included in kind of like the new content, is trying out new projects and giving tutorials once I master them, and just so many different things that I wanna do. So I really just need to take the time, sit down and write it all out and come up with some sort of plan, because that'll help me feel organized for sure. Let's go over and let's start with the mug and see how this goes. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of share this how I would also apply this to a card. This is how you apply these anywhere. You just want to prep the area. And again, these are pretty clean because they come wrapped, so I'm not too concerned about there being like dust or particles or anything like that on there. And then for these decals, you actually peel this part, and you can go like this to make sure it adheres. But it's just like vinyl, if you ever worked with vinyl before. It's a UV transfer for waterproof decal. Okay, and then when you pull this back, you just want to make sure all the pieces are picking up with it. and to ensure nothing's missing. Once you adhere this, it's on there. So you have to be like very sure and very ready. And I'm winging it because that's what I do, but you could probably measure this out and get a better idea, but I didn't. And then you can take the felt squeegee, which I include one of these in every order. So if you order 1 decal or 10 decals, you'll get one of these along with instructions. Yeah, that's looking good so far. And then when you're ready to peel, you don't have to like wait a certain amount of time. You can just go ahead and peel. And you probably want to give it some time before you go ahead and wash it too. And you want to peel with like your eyes as you're doing this and making sure that every little detail is sticking. So especially for this one, there's like a lot of small details, like the little dots around the rainbow. But then there's also the letters. And you always want to probably push harder on those areas because they definitely are more prone to coming off. And I always like to pull at an angle. But if you notice any section is not peeling right, you can just lay part of it back down, use the squeegee, and then go again, either at a different angle, or you can go at the same angle. Just always be very careful. Okay, that's adorable. And I'm gonna do it to both sides. This 3 inch is actually a great size for it. I don't think I would go bigger because you want it to be able to see the design straight on. We're gonna do the other side. And again, we're just peeling this. Oh, that's gonna come off better. But you can also, like I mentioned, make sure that it's gonna stick to the transfer side, which is the opposite side. This part typically comes off fine. And again, I should probably measure this, but we're just gonna wing it. Beautiful. And then again, just gonna go ahead and scrub and use this felt scraper on it. But again, just really trying to get these ends of the rainbow, the letters, and those little dots of the design can sometimes be the hardest. So this one is coming up a little bit, so I'm just gonna again go back over, make sure, and then peeling slowly. And that does the trick. I think they say to wait like 24 hours before you get it wet or before you like do anything crazy with it. So I would just do that. If you use it on anything else, like the transfers that I sell, you can just give it 24 hours and that will help for sure. And for me, if I make this for a customer, they won't be getting it within 24 hours. So it'll be fine to do its thing as it's being shipped. And I'm liking how this is turning out, so I probably will do at least one of each design and then see what happens. And the bigger decals are gonna be a lot easier to, when I did the 2-inch one on my phone and on the keychain, it was definitely way harder. So it's another like caveat, and it's really the rainbow ones because of the little dots for sure. That turned out really cute. I love it. There's one other I want to try in the mug, so let me grab that. Okay, so I have a few other options for these that we can do. I was trying to find the 3-inch ones that I did that I had 2 of, so we can like do 2 complete mugs. I'm for sure doing the breast cancer one. And then this one, I don't know if I should get like a different color for this so it contrasts better, like a different color mug. Because I feel like that's going to be way too light and like hard to read. So that one I'm going to wait on. We can do one of these, or I think that will look good. We'll do that one too. And maybe the sunflower. I think I wrote down 3 mugs, yeah. We'll do those 3. definitely lighter, but I think it still works. Okay, I just finished those as you saw, and I think they turned out really cute. I actually posted it to Instagram to get other people's thoughts. And any suggestions, let me know your thoughts below. Mugs, yay or nay? I'd like to hear from you and know more. What I think I want to do next is actually cut some of the thank yous and inserts and get some of those done. Let's get started with that. And for those of you who are first timers here, I actually create, print off, and cut all of my thank you inserts, my sticker backers, anything in the shop. I do not outsource besides business cards I did once. But the reason being is it's helping me cut costs right now, and when I'm just starting out, I just think it's worth it at this point. It does take time. I do have to carve out time to do it, but I can afford to carve out that time right now, so I just want to keep my costs as low as possible, especially after a hefty spending month of April. I'm really trying to do better here in May, so let's go ahead and cut those. We got some of those cut, which is helpful. I still have a bigger stack, but anytime I can just chip away a little bit at that, it really does help. I think for the rest of the week, I'm really just gonna focus on uploading those stickers that we did from last week, creating new cancer stickers for next week, and also catching up on some social media posts that I wanna just pre-plan and have all that prepped out. So going to really focus this week on getting kind of all that stuff done, and then coming up with like a new agenda for YouTube. I think just offering more variety and like shorter how-to content can be really helpful, and just getting those answers to common questions or things like that. So if you have any suggestions on tutorials that you would love to see in a small business or in a sticker shop or as a crafter, please comment them below, because I will definitely add those to the list. I have a little bit of a list going already, but really just hoping to intertwine that in vlogs and some other content, and just hoping that that kind of helps and make it a little bit more seamless and not so like jumping all over the place, and just really having kind of a theme for each vlog and a theme for each tutorial and things like that. I hope that that helps, and really, like I've said before, I do this because I really wanted to show how it looked when you first started a small business. I started this channel in July of last year when I was not even 6 months old as a small business, and just really wanted to show the ins and outs when you are starting so small. And I'm still very, very, very tiny, but I've learned a lot along the way, and I've done some things that I regret, and I like to share that. So maybe you have that caution if you go into that as well, and just kind of going over some of those things I think have helped me. So I always like to just share that. And I'm excited to kind of add some more things to the channel and see how that goes. If you'd prefer me not change a thing, comment that too. Like I do these videos for you. So I would love to know what is helpful, what you would like to see more of, and things like that. But with that, I'm gonna end the vlog for this week. Thank you so much for being here this week. I really appreciate you tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you again with some new content next week.